part of the world you're watching this video. Today is the 6th of the 12th, 2016, and the time is 09:11 WAST. Well, this is the 5th attempt now I've had at doing this video. The reason is because every time I go to make a video, something else happens or someone sends me something interesting. I've got lots to show you, and unfortunately it might take a while, but I'll try and make it interesting as we're going. This is trading economics. As I've always said, we're going to have a financial meltdown, and that's becoming more and more evident by the day. Don't worry about the stock market at the moment. It doesn't meet any sector of reality that I can think of. So much so, the reason I'm actually showing you today, Trading Economics homepage, is, as I said before, you can go on this, and it's a idiot-proof, an easy way to look at what's going on in the world with facts and figures. The reason I'm here is because, as I've always said, eventually, not just myself, but other people who are in the know and know a lot more than me, have always said that keep an eye on the bonds market. Now, the American bonds market is actually skyrocketing. Let's see, show you on this graph. There is no graph, isn't that great? Folks, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Right, I'll try it again. Bonds. Okay, these are the bonds for the world. Now, pay attention to this one, because they're all going up. What does that mean for us? Well, sadly, it means a lot. If these are going up, what that means is that economic Mother Nature is now taking affirmative action and is starting to correct itself, because the rates are too low. People can't make money out of it. So the rates now have to go up to start making money. So this is being pushed up by people apart from other people in the Reserve Bank, and etc. This is being pushed up by people who want to make money. Now, the interesting thing here is that these have gone way down to record lows and are now going up. Look at China's. That's gone up over 100% in less than a month. Now, that's a big, big worry. I don't know why this keeps happening, but everything for America, everything that I've clicked on this morning to try and show you, is all wiped out. Look, it doesn't exist. Let's go to the UK one. Okay, this is a classic example. Now, look, at their peak, they were, let's have a look at 1 year ago. This is sort of 5 years. Okay, you get an idea there. Look, 4%. Now it's at 1.5 at the moment, and it's reversing its own trend, so it's actually going up. That is bad news for us. Now, you might have heard that all the banks in Australia are actually now starting to put up their interest rates. Why? Well, they're putting up their interest rates because of this. They've got no choice. They have to match. They have to keep it going up. So if you can at the moment fix your mortgage, then I'd be doing that. Well, I am going to do that actually, because it makes common sense. Because you could wake up literally tomorrow and this could be at 3. Now, if that goes to 3, by the way, then the whole shebang starts to unravel very quickly. And it's starting to unravel very quickly now because, as I said, these are going up. Now look, the highest they've gotten to is 5.5, so it's going up to 2 now. So that is a distinct worry. Here in Australia, the Reserve Bank meets today to talk about interest rates. Now, if these keep going up, they'll have no choice but to reduce their rates. That's how bad it is. Here's Australia's. Now, we've actually gone down a bit. Now, same thing. We've gone nearly 100% in the space of a month. So these are starting to take off. Do you see my point? Now, if the Australian, if these go up to, say, 3.2 or 3, then we're in a lot of trouble. We already are in a lot of trouble, folks, anyway. Let's not kid ourselves. I'll show you the the home page here. Now I want to show you Italy. Look across this. Now, it's very interesting to note that debt to GDP is 132%. Well, you might as well say 133. Now I want to show you what Greece is. Now remember, Greece is a basket case, 176%. What's their government borrowing, which is the minus 7.2 there. Let's go back to Italy, 2.6. And now they're saying that now when Greece went under, remember, or it was defaulting everything else, that was 100. They were 105, I think it was. Now look at that. That's the American one. Folks, the game's over. They're all broke. They can't keep it going anymore. In fact, I'm actually asking everybody to double up their efforts to do their prepping, because I have this gut feeling that something's going to happen between the 12th and the 19th of this month. And all indications are that it will, because the interest rates on the bonds keep going up. Like I said, economic Mother Nature has to take control. So I could show you loads of stuff on this. It's really interesting. I can see here all day as that economic happening. Look at it. It's really interesting. You can go on charts and everything else. You just click on whatever you want to look at, and it'll show you exactly what you want to see. But interesting enough, today, there's nothing. Every time I click on something for the US, it doesn't show me anything. I'll give you an example. Now, this is the US Stock Exchange top 30. Hang on, where is it? Okay. It is here now. Okay. That shows you where the market is at the moment. Now, it went up to a peak of 19,278. It's now dropped to 192. Now, I'm expecting that to keep dropping a little bit more, and then it's going to make another up, and then after that up next week, it's going to go. That's my honest opinion. I just want to show you something that I found in the German one. And when you go on these, you can actually go down the bottom here, and that's all the companies that are listed. Now, I just want to go on Deutsche Bank for you, so I can show you this. Hope I clicked on the right one there. Yeah. Okay. See that? It says 4 hours. So if I go like that, and I go to 1 month, it actually comes up in years. I don't know why. Now have a look at this. This was 2008, 2009. The stock went from 100 and something $60 down to a low of $19.36. It's risen a bit more, but now look where it is, folks. Now, if you bought over here, you now have junk stocks, because it just cannot get back up there with the debt level that it's got. So all these people past here, past 2009, who bought at the peak, now hold dud stock. It's, collapsed. They can't make anything out of it. I'll show you the FTSE 100, which is the UK. So that's the Deutsche Bank stock, just so you understand. Same thing with the UK. Now I'm going to click on, we all know who Barclays are, so let's click on Barclays. See, nothing. Isn't that weird? Any bank that you want to click on for the UK and the US, it doesn't come up and show you the stock. Lloyd's Banking Group, there you go. See? And the reason they've done that is because they don't want you to shit yourself when you do see it. I'm going back on the American one now. This is the American stocks. Okay, let's just have a look at, where's the banks? American Express, Goldman Sachs. Let's go on Goldman Sachs. Dud. So they're playing games, folks. Credit Suisse. Nothing. They obviously don't want people to see what the actual graph says. And believe me, when you stop looking at the stock market and you actually start following the fundamentals, i.e. bonds and actual the graphs that are on this here, then you start to realise just how bad things are. how bad, I mean how dire things are. As I said, you shouldn't put dates on things, but I believe that between the 12th, so we've got one more week to go, end of this week, heading into next week, we're going to have some big problem because the interest rates are going up and they can't keep pace. Okay, that's just a heads up. So double up your prepping. Okay, let's move on. Okay, solar system scope. This is important because I wanted to show you some stuff. Look at the alignment of the planets. They're almost dead in line. Look at that. Earth and Saturn. And look at that. I'm predicting that we're going to have a massive earthquake somewhere next week. Where? I don't know. Hopefully not in Australia. But these planets are aligned in a fashion that when you look at them, there's going to be some payback somewhere in Australia, in the world, for weird weather and earthquake. Now, it's interesting to note that if you're in Australia at the moment, there it is there, look, beautiful little Australia, land of green and gold, lucky country. Okay, let's look from this way. So here we are here, or I am, that's Australia. Now when you're looking out, you can see the moon there on that side. Okay, now there's every opportunity, every possibility at the moment. I've got people sending me some pictures of a planet that keeps showing up in all these pictures. Now, it's either it's not Mercury, so it's either Venus or Mars, I would assume. But I'm not 100% on that because I'll put this in here and you watch. Okay, let's go around to make it 8 o'clock p.m. Okay, so that's where the Earth is and that's where the moon is. Now, if you're taking a picture, there's every distinct possibility that the planet that you're all seeing at the moment is actually Venus. You see the alignment? Could be Mars, but I don't think it is. The reason I'm saying that is because Mars is a bit further out and it's not as bright. Now, the obvious thing there is that these guys are facing the sun from that side. So there's very distinct possibility that it is. I'll show you the pictures in a second and we'll go through it and see what you think. Okay, so if you're sitting on that side of the Earth taking a picture, you're more than likely seeing that. But I'm not 100% sure on that yet. Okay. Okay. Right, I've got some picky stuff for you of interest. 5:03 a.m. is sunrise in Perth at the moment, and sunset is 1911. Okay. This is Mandurah. Right, I'm going to play this. Now the actual goes to black and white, which actually helps us. Just watch how long it takes for the sun to go down. Now anybody who's in Perth can tell you at the moment, you can go outside and look in the sky. Even I went out last night, 9:30, because something caught my eye. Are you seeing the reflections here, folks? There's nothing for it to reflect off. Just keep watching how big this gets. Yeah, I went outside last night at 9:30 and you can physically see the sky at night because the sun, the horizon, there was still light on the horizon. And over east, it was red. In the east was red and the clouds were all red, like pinky red. See that? Look at that. Sun's gone down, by the way. supposed to have gone down. So it went down half an hour ago now. So what is this? The black and white will come on in a minute and you'll see what I mean. It actually helps us out. Okay, sun's been gone for nearly an hour. There we go, see the black and white change? Look, you can still see on the horizon. Over an hour, still see it. Now, the camera is not the best one to pick this up because when you're standing out on the street corner, you can actually see it. Right, this is Trig, just down the road from me. Now watch how bright this sun gets. Watch, look how bright it's getting as it's going down. Okay, so now it's sunset. It's actually sunset. 11 minutes past 7. The sun's down, gone. But what is this? And it's not a camera anomaly. I'm going to show you in a second. So I'm about 10 minutes away from this place. So this gives you a good idea of what's going on in the sky at the moment. Look at that, look how bright that is. The sun's gone down, folks, it's gone. What is this? You can actually see this if you go down to the beach. Look at it, it's getting brighter. It's so bright now, it's actually reflecting off the water. But the sun's gone down. Sunset, 11 minutes past 7. So what the hell is this? This is not a camera anomaly, folks. The sun's been gone for nearly an hour. Look at the waves. Okay, folks, I'm back again. Right. Every day now, there seems to be more and more things going on in the world. It's becoming so extreme. Politics, weather, everything. I honestly can't keep up. The break that I just had, you don't know this, but I went for 24 hours because I was looking at stuff. And there's just so much stuff to look into now that to try and do research on is I physically can't keep up. So what I'm going to do, I said yesterday, if you look at the way these planets are aligning at the moment, it's pretty scary. It's not good, not good at all. You know, look, they're almost, all of them are almost in line again. Well, you know, we're not far out of it. So, like I said, there's going to be effects because of all this at the moment, and also the fact that there is an actual comet coming through, Comet Honda. It's called. It's got comes with 3 names. I don't even remember the Honda part. Right. So yesterday I was showing you Mandra. Well, this is Trig. I'm going to go through some. You know, I showed you Trig yesterday as well. I'm going to show you a little bit more. Now, you can still see the sky here in Perth. If you go outside at 9:30 at night, it's still daylight. And it's dark, but you can still see the horizon, which shouldn't be possible. Now, just to prove a point, this is Thursday, the 1st of December. Now, it's a significant day here in Perth, and the reason it's such a significant day is that we had the first, what I would call openly blatant chemtrails. Like I said, Perth doesn't get them that much because of the fact that we have extremely high winds here in Perth. It's called the Frio Doctor, it comes through every day, but you do get lulls. And it would appear now that they're chem spraying in those lulls. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is, can you see the background there? Now, remember I told you sunrise here in Perth is 3 minutes past 5. Now, technically speaking, at this time of year, probably expect 15 minutes beforehand for the sun to come up, not 3 o'clock in the morning. Not, you wouldn't expect to be able to see a glimmer of the horizon at 3 o'clock. It's that bad. I'll show you how bad it gets in the morning now, right? So, okay, we'll get down to the bottom of the page. This is it. Don't even have to go to the bottom of the page. Right, can you see all those? Look, now you can actually see 3:15. You can actually see on the horizon. You can actually see that the planes are actually starting to become lit up, for want of a better term, from where they are there. Okay, now look at now look at 3:20. You can see it a little bit more. You can all go on these and see them for yourself anyway. 3:30. And I can guarantee you folks, I got up this morning at 3 o'clock this morning, and it's daylight. 2 hours before the sun come up. The sun had already come up over the horizon. Don't believe me? And you're in Perth or in the eastern states, get up and have a look. 3:40. Look, see the horizon? You can actually see the horizon. You shouldn't be able to see it. $3:54, 3:50. So this is a full hour and 10 minutes before daylight. An hour and 10 minutes, folks. Look, you can actually see it coming up. Okay, so that was 3:50, 3:55, an hour and 10 minutes, before the sun comes up. Look, you can actually see, you can physically see the horizon. Four o'clock, 1 hour, and say 4 or 5 minutes before the sun comes up. Look, it's up. The sun's coming up. A full hour before it's supposed to. Look, the pictures don't lie. I'll do a full hour before the sun comes up. Look. This is a whole hour before the sun comes up, folks. Look. And I can, because the camera's a little bit defocused at that time in the morning, I swear to God, you go outside just like the daylight, it's daylight. This is what they're not telling you, folks. Okay, so this is now, what I said, that was 4:05. I'll go to 4:20. Try and keep it in the best margins. Look. I can also tell you that there, you'll see it in a minute, the sun is coming up at currently 130 degrees east, which is almost south. It's almost coming up directly south. You think I'm kidding? Get up and have a look yourselves. I've done a video recording of it. I'm trying to upload it on YouTube, but it's given me a bit of a hassle because I filmed it on my BlackBerry. Okay, so that was 4:20, 22. $4:30. Now remember, it's still 40 minutes until the sun comes up. A full 40 minutes, folks. Does that look like the sun's coming up in 40 minutes? Does it bollocks? $35, keep it to the fives. Ooh, look at that angry red clouds. Now remember, this camera is pointing northeast. So, as I said, the sun is coming up 130 degrees east, southeast. Also, something to pay particular attention to at the moment, folks, is that on every single Australian weather cam that's facing anything to do with southeast, there is no longer a a feed, a live time-lapse feed camera. They're all gone. They're all shut down, every single one of them. And most of them now have the archive pictures gone as well. So soon you won't be able to see anything. But as I said, this is northeast, and now the sun is coming up way over here, past the cursor. Go to number 6. I'll go to 45. Let's have some fun. There you go, the sun's come up. This picture really should horrify people a little bit because of the actual colour of the sky, the fact that something has come up or is coming up that is massive, obviously the sun, but there's also a secondary object associated with it. Ah, see that? It's gone down again. What happened there? So in 5 minutes, as you can see here, it goes bright, 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 and then it actually tapers off to the point where it's actually not coming up that much anymore. See that? See the colour change? Absolute colour change. See the pinkness in the sky? And we still haven't got sun up yet. This is 5 o'clock. You can see the difference in the sky. That's 5 o'clock in the morning, bang on 5 o'clock. So we've got 3 minutes apparently until sun comes up. This is where the sun comes up. Does that look like the sun's come up to anyone? No, didn't think so. Okay, so we'll go to the bottom of the page. Not only are they getting the times wrong for the sun to come up and down every morning, they're about 5 to 10 minutes out times. There you go, the sun has now come up, because you can tell because of the sun hitting the camera there. So it's at 10 minutes past. Okay, so I'll keep on going. I'll try and make this quick as possible. There you go, 20 minutes past. Why am I showing you this, you're saying? Well, that looks like a kind of normal sun, doesn't it? Nice yellow sun coming up as we all expect. But did you notice something really weird? Look at the energy rays coming out of the sun. Look at these. See that? Why is that bent at a 45-degree angle? And look at this one. It's actually bent at a 90-degree angle. Can you see that? It's kind of tapering off into a yield curve sort of graph line. Why is that? That shouldn't happen. You should only get straight lines out of the sun. I'll go back a bit. It's still there, look. This really caught my attention. Why would you get a bent line or bent lines? Look, it's bent at a 90-degree angle. You see it going straight through. How can you get a bent line through? And how can you can follow that line all the way. Look, it's bowing. It looks like a sound wave, not a sun ray. Does that seem bizarre to anyone else, or is it just me? Now, as I said, they heavily chemtrailed on this particular day. Why? Don't know. Don't know, don't know. Now, here's another line. Look at this one going through, and then it comes to here, and then it goes the opposite way. It goes up. That could be a chemtrail for all I know. But notice the refractions off the light. I'm assuming that is from the lens. This thing is all over the shop. It's about as straight as a dog's hind leg. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I think it gets interesting. Because remember I said we had a nice yellow sunset. Then all of a sudden, it changes to this, just a white ball. Just pure white. No yellow at all. Look, it's just a white ball. It doesn't look anything like the sun that we knew as kids. Look, it's just a white ball in the sky. Completely white ball. Now, that light ray there has now been bent for over 20 minutes. How can that be possible? And you can see these ones coming up here are bent at 90 degrees. How can that be possible? You can't even see the sun. There's that much chemtrailing there. And as I said, we don't get much chemtrailing here, if we get it at all, because of the high winds we get here. Like if you go outside today, it's picture clear, perfect, beautiful. But the difference is that this is not the real sun. It's just a white ball in the sky. Okay, I won't bore you too much more with that one. This is Jandakot, south-southwest. So you go Jandakot northeast. Well, this is Jandakot south-southwest. Before I do that, I'll show you yesterday's timing at times at Trig, because it was a beautiful day yesterday. I'll try and make it as quick as possible. This is at 19:30. Actually, I'll start it from 1900 for you. Sorry this has taken so long, but this is really, really important, folks. Go back a bit more. Okay. I'll let this roll out and you can just watch it. Now you can see the sun there, but I can tell you now that the sun is not setting where it's coming up, in the same angle that it's coming up, because you can clearly see the sun there. And this camera is pointing directly, or I'd have to say north, very northwest. Now look at this as it's going down. I'll stop this for you, 1 second. Right, remember, sunset is 11 minutes past 7 at the moment, but they've got it wrong, in my opinion. So let's go back to 11:07, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so this is the time of sunset. Sun's gone, according to them. Okay, now you should get a reduced atmospheric glow now, but just watch what happens. You get the complete opposite. Now watch the waves, how bright it gets. Getting brighter. It's now nearly an hour since the sun went down. It's not a trick of the lens, folks. Okay, that's 8 o'clock last night, 2000 hours. Does that look like the sun went down at 7:15, or 7:10, 7:11? Or am I just being a complete fruitcake? A few kangaroos short of the top paddock. Okay, that is 1 full hour after the sun's gone down. 1 full hour after the sun's gone down. Now, I'm assuming that just about everybody alive watching this has gone to the beach at some stage in their life and watched the sun go down. I live 5 k's from the beach, approximately 5 minutes from the beach. Now, I can tell you that it doesn't look like that when the sun goes down at night over the beach. It's a yellow dot, or bright orange yellow dot. It goes over the horizon and then it's gone. and you might get a slight yellowy, orangey glow for a little while. You do not, 1 hour after the sun's gone down, get that. Now, it's a real shame that I can't show you the other side of this here, because that would be an eye-opener. But they've actually shut down the only camera, which was Hillary's, from doing that. Now, the camera's not showing you what I can see from my house, because it's, you know, the camera's elliptical, isn't it? So it's not going to do as good a job. I can see the horizon still at 9 o'clock from my house. And when I go outside, all the clouds are a bright pink, if there is any clouds. So if you don't believe me and you live in Perth, go and have a look. Okay, so I'll get rid of that one. That was the Jandakot northeast. Okay, now this is interesting. So this is a south-southwest facing camera. Now, the sun is currently coming up 130 degrees east, which is, I think it's about 20 degrees off, completely coming up south. So if that's the case, then I should be able to see the sun coming up. If it's going to follow the same arc, I should see the sun in the right-hand side of this screen. But you don't. How come? So as I'm saying, this is now 7:30 at night. Does that look like the sun went down 15 minutes ago to anybody? The sun's been down for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sorry, 20 whole minutes. That's why I'm showing you all this. Look, it's a blue sky, 7:45. You can still see the blue in the sky. Ten minutes past 8. You can still see the blue in the sky. And that's not a UFO, folks. That's just a time lapse of a plane taking off or landing at Jandakot. I want to let me do that. "8:30. You can clearly see the horizon. Yeah, you got a bit of glow from the city in the background here, or something in the background, but it's not the overriding glow. See my point? Yeah, that's given a bit of light resonance, but you can still see that the clouds haven't gone, the sun, the horizon is still visible, put it that way. Now, yesterday was the 6th, sorry. I'll quickly show you what happened yesterday. That looks different, doesn't it? Let me go to Monday, because I don't think there was a cloud in the sky on Monday. Yeah, I was right. So that's 7:30 at night, and this camera is pointing south-southwest. So I should be seeing the sun, but I can't see it at all. Look at this, 7:30 and 7:33. Look how bright that is. Folks, that is not a camera anomaly. Why am I telling you that? Look at the top of the wings of the planes. They're actually showing you that that is that bright. That's why I'm showing you this. Look. Look, see how dark it is there? at that. That is not the camera opening up. You can even tell from the actual size of that it's completely different. But the amazing thing is that you still cannot see the sun. It's in there somewhere, but you just never see it. Okay, this is going up to 8 o'clock again. You should not have this at 8 o'clock, folks. This should not be here. It's now an hour since the sun went down. Look, see the rays there? The pink? And look in those clouds there, you can actually still see sunlight. You see those there? That's actually rays coming up from here. And no one can say that it's this light here, because of the fact that it's still not dark. So these aren't having the effect of these. So these are coming from there, from the actual horizon. And that proves my point. That's 20 past 8. 22, 24, 26, 30. It just goes on and on, folks. See the rays? Look. Those clouds there should not be visible, that visible. Anyway, right, that's that one done. Good morning, everyone. Prep Aussie here. I hope you're well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. Today is the 6th of the 12th, 2016, and the time is 09:11 WAST. Well, this is the 5th attempt now I've had at doing this video. The reason is because every time I go to make a video, something else happens or someone sends me something interesting. I've got lots to show you, and unfortunately it might take a while, but I'll try and make it interesting as we're going. This is trading economics. As I've always said, we're going to have a financial meltdown, and that's becoming more and more evident by the day. Don't worry about the stock market at the moment. It doesn't meet any sector of reality that I can think of. So much so, the reason I'm actually showing you today, Trading Economics homepage, is, as I said before, you can go on this, and it's a idiot-proof, an easy way to look at what's going on in the world with facts and figures. The reason I'm here is because, as I've always said, eventually, not just myself, but other people who are in the know and know a lot more than me, have always said that keep an eye on the bonds market. Now, the American bonds market is actually skyrocketing. Let's see, show you on this graph. There is no graph, isn't that great? Folks, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Right, I'll try it again. Bonds. Okay, these are the bonds for the world. Now, pay attention to this one, because they're all going up. What does that mean for us? Well, sadly, it means a lot. If these are going up, what that means is that economic Mother Nature is now taking affirmative action and is starting to correct itself, because the rates are too low. People can't make money out of it. So the rates now have to go up to start making money. So this is being pushed up by people apart from other people in the Reserve Bank, and etc. This is being pushed up by people who want to make money. Now, the interesting thing here is that these have gone way down to record lows and are now going up. Look at China's. That's gone up over 100% in less than a month. Now that's a big, big worry. I don't know why this keeps happening, but everything for America, everything that I've clicked on this morning to try and show you is all wiped out. Look, doesn't exist. Let's go to the UK one. Okay, this is a classic example. Now look, at their peak, they were, you know, let's have a look at 1 year ago. This is 1 year. So 5 years. Okay, you get an idea there. Look, 4%. Now it's at 1.5 at the moment, and it's reversing its own trend, so it's actually going up. That is bad news for us. Now you might have heard that all the banks in Australia are actually now starting to put up their interest rates. Why? Well, they're putting up the interest rates because of this. They've got no choice. They have to match. They have to keep it going up. So if you can at the moment fix your, fix your mortgage, then I'd be doing that. Well, I am going to do that actually, because it makes common sense. Because you could wake up literally tomorrow and these could be at 3. Now, if that goes to 3, by the way, then the whole shebang starts to unravel very quickly. And it's starting to unravel very quickly now because, as I said, these are going up. Now look, the highest they've gotten to is 5.5, so it's going up to 2 now. So that is a distinct worry. Here in Australia, the Reserve Bank meets today to talk about interest rates. Now, if these keep going up, they'll have no choice but to reduce their rates. That's how bad it is. Here's Australia's. Now, we've actually gone down a bit. Now, same thing. We've gone nearly 100% in the space of a month. So these are starting to take off. Do you see my point? Now, if the Australian, if these go up to, say, 3.2 or 3, then we're in a lot of trouble. We already are in a lot of trouble, folks, anyway. Let's not kid ourselves. I'll show you the home page here. Now, I want to show you Italy. Look across this. Now, it's very interesting to note that debt to GDP is 132%. Well, you might as well say 133. Now I want to show you what Greece is. Now remember, Greece is a basket case, 176%. What's their government borrowing, which is the -7.2 there. Let's go back to Italy, 2.6. And now they're saying that now when Greece went under, remember, or it was defaulting everything else, that was 100. They were 105, I think it was. Now look at that. That's the American one. Folks, the game's over. They're all broke. They can't keep it going anymore. In fact, I'm actually asking everybody to double up their efforts to do their prepping, because I have this gut feeling that something's going to happen between the 12th and the 19th of this month. And all indications are that it will, because the interest rates on the bonds keep going up.